Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Look, the C word, compensation, is always exciting, but it's also kind of at times disappointing. But I always say you can't be disappointed in something that doesn't exist. So sometimes when people complain about compensation, it's because it doesn't meet their hopes. But then Kabam is also likely sometimes to say, well, if you don't like that, then you'll just get nothing. My mom used to say, eat dinner or go hungry. It's either this or it's nothing. And that's kind of sometimes what it feels like for compensation. For a long time, because a 6-star Nexus, not an Abyss Nexus, not a double champ Nexus, but a 6-star Nexus was like the best thing in the game. So there was always like what I called the Pitchfork Mafia. We just the 6-star Nexus crowd that would just ask for a 6-star Nexus no matter what. Well, in this case, we have side quest compensation, but I don't believe a 6-star Nexus will be part of it. As the title says, according to I don't know what that symbol is, D87, Kabam previously mentioned they were looking into compensation for the previous side quest issue involving the unstoppable node not functioning correctly. I'm just wondering if there was an update on this at all. Reason for me, I missed on the completion rewards for the bottom path on level 5 because it just wasn't working properly for me. And honestly, I found the AI to be extremely passive and brutal. And I have to say, because I was doing the side quest yesterday, especially the skill defender, which is often Craven. I think he might be the second defender on the path. But when you need to build power by him not only building power, but firing specials, and he's not firing specials, you're kind of just in no man's land. You're kind of just stuck until he decides to be aggressive, but then it feels like if you intercept, suddenly he's aggressive. And that has been a pattern even with Battlegrounds lately, and the Battlegrounds AI. More than anything, I really needed the Class 5 Basic. I returned to the game recently, so I have a very limited roster, despite being Cavalier, hence why I struggled, but previous side quest I've completed fully. Just this one was a bit OP in my opinion. LOL. So first off, props to this guy. Thronebreakers are supposed to struggle with the new level 5 designation of a side quest. So the fact that you're Cavalier and still taking it on is admirable, man. Definitely admirable. So you can see, I don't remember them ever mentioning compensation. And so there became a debate about compensation. And now you can see Kabam Jax's message. We are exploring compensation for the issue. Gingerbread Monster says, to be honest, I want monthly compensation again. Well, I think all of us would love that, especially with the server issue and the input issue. But Kabam is reluctant to do that. Once you start a pattern of expectation of something free, not only does it affect the economy of the game for cash, but it makes it to where it then becomes like a normalcy. It's why I always tell my students when they try to get straight A's, I'm like, if an A is a C to you, then even when you get an A, you're not really that excited because it's just normal. But if you get anything below an A, it's like an F. And so that's sometimes how compensation can feel. Although, especially this month, I think it would be warranted and justified. So eventually, down this whole thread of debate, you see Kabam Jax. Update. There is a package pulled together to address the situation. And by a package, he means a compensation package. The timeline is uncertain, but I'd estimate within the week, similar to the Battlegrounds objectives package. So that's really good news. Again, I expect, like any compensation update, for some people to be dissatisfied, but I also expect maybe even the majority of the community to not even know that a compensation package was coming. So, as I try to say, don't look a gift horse in the mouth sometimes, because it's easier to not complain about something if it doesn't exist. I do think that this is a small acknowledgement to a larger issue which is that the game has just been so unreliable, even as far as loading fights this month, that it's been very frustrating, particularly if you're using special items, whether it's boost or obviously if you have to use revives, but even Elder's Marks. So that is the news for today. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.